Bhagavad Gita Chapter 5 Karma-sannyasa Yoga. In English translation it is Karma Yoga, Action in Krishna Consciousness. Brief description of the chapter. Arjuna's question about what is better, Karma Yoga or Karma-sannyasa. Description of Nishkama Karma Yogi. Description of the soul, Supersoul and nature. Liberation by the concentration on the Supersoul. Brief description of Ashtanga Yoga, and Shanti formula. In the first shloka, Arjuna asks Krishna, Krishna, before you told me to renounce any works, but now you tell me to work as a bhakta. What is better for me? Krishna says, Karma Yoga or Bhakti Yoga is better than Karma-sannyasa because it is easier. Also he says in 5.6 that perfect renunciation, Karma-sannyasa, is difficult to attain without performing work in devotion, Karma Yoga. O mighty armed Arjuna, but the sage who is adept in Karma Yoga quickly attains the supreme. If you remember in the chapter 4, Transcendental Knowledge, Krishna says, one who knows my supreme nature as Aja, unborn, Avyayam, eternal, and Ishvara, being alert, that one attains my supreme. And here once again he says that Karma Yogi may quickly attain my abode. So the next topic is description of the qualities of Nishkama Karma Yogi. Is it selfless bhakta? What qualities he possesses? He acts, but he is aloof from action. Being properly situated in yoga and dedicating his action to God, even working, he is not entangled into reactions of karma. He performs duties without attachment and thus not bounded by reaction. They act for self-purification and working without attachment to the results, dedicating results to Krishna, they attain peace. The description of Nishkama Karma Yogi, of Panditas, of Siddhadhi, Paramahamsa will be given all over the Bhagavad Gita. At the end of this playlist, in a conclusion, I will give the summary of those shloka where these qualities are described. The next part is the nature of the soul, Supersoul and Gunas. The soul is said to be not a doer, neither the cause of action. The Supersoul said to be the observer of the soul who sanctions his desires to come true. However, God does not involve himself in any actions of the jivas. This is a difficult topic to understand. I will make an example of a video game. The technologies in Kali Yuga are very advanced. Imagine yourself playing a wonderful video game, wearing that a helmet with video glasses and etc. And imagine yourself playing for 1, 2, 3 hours. And with the time you will start to identify yourself with your hero on the screen. And actually, for the observer from a side, it will be clear that you're not that hero from the screen. You're the soul. But with the time you will start to feel what your hero feels. Those emotions, that experience, maybe pain, maybe joy, whatever you play. So this example somehow may describe how the soul falsely identify himself with the material nature, and thus he perceives the experience as it is his own. But indeed, it is a temporary experience. Still, the topic about free will and the doer and responsibility for such actions is very sensitive. Because it is clear in video game, you may start this video game and with the time you will come back to the world and you will realize, oh no, I'm not responsible that my hero killed another hero. But in this life, however, it is a little bit different. We discussed this topic in chapter 3. I put once again the shloka number 18.14, and I put also here the purport of Bhagavad Gita 5.15, Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada's purport, where he says that desire is a subtle form of conditioning of the living entity. As we said before, desire is a very strong power, and desire is born and it belongs to us. This is our big responsibility. Even so, those 5 factors of action, 24 elements, and gunas, they only act in the material universe. But by our desire only, and with the help of the mighty mind, we create the whole universe. The whole universe, according to our mental activity, come into being, and we perceive such and such experience. So our responsibility is for our desires. And our desires are not they are not pure in this material world because they are covered with ignorance. When we came into material existence, we were covered by primeval ignorance. However, we were given free will, because without free will there is no a possibility for a pure love for God. That's why it was all given to us, and we are literally mixed up with all those elements, and many of all people in the world, they live only in their minds. They do not know who they are in real. However, we are responsible and we live our karma. So, the next topic, it is a description of panditas. Shlokas describe a person who is able to concentrate on Lord in his heart, and in this way he may be liberated from the material existence. He may be liberated from all this false identification, and he may get out from that video game. So description are as such: panditas, they see equally everything and everyone. They do not perceive the duality of the world. They take shelter and refuge in Lord himself, and they do not take part in transient material things. Also, 2 shlokas are given, and a brief description of Ashtanga Yoga is given in 27th, 28th shlokas, but we will not discuss it right now because the chapter number 6 is dedicated to the yoga path. But we will come back to Pandita, and that he equally sees everyone. How can he achieve this state of non-duality? Because this is a Shanti-sloka. Here Lord states that he is the supreme enjoyer, he is the supreme Lord, and he is the selfless friend of all living beings. However, when we come to material world, we put ourselves on his place, and the world is divided into pleasant and unpleasant experience for our own selves. But in order to attain non-dualities, we have to give this supreme spot for Lord himself, and take a position of his humble servant. This is a Shanti formula where we can achieve, with the help of what we can achieve the Shanti of our mind.